Paul David Gough has been an actor and director for over 30 years, appearing in some of the UK's most popular TV shows.
No.
He's also been working successfully as an acting coach with established actors, as well as some of the country's most exciting emerging talent. So now, Paul is hiring a motorhome to take his coaching on the road to help as many actors as possible across the UK move forward in what can be a very lonely and unforgiving industry.
It's not just about whether you can act, it's not just about whether you've got technically the ability to stand in front of a camera. It's also about how do you communicate what it is that you're selling to an agent? And how do you prepare for a casting with a casting director, making sure that you're delivering what they're asking for? So we've lined up a few people to meet for the first leg of the tour, and I don't know very much about them. I've asked them to send me their profiles, and it's literally a coaching session on the road. Sometimes coaching is about technical things. Sometimes it might just be about presentation, so quite excited about what it is that we're likely to face.
His first job is to recruit a cameraman.
Where are you, mate?
I've just arrived at the car park.
Which end?
Whereabouts are you?
So Paul contacts friend and former student Alexander Dunn.
Oh, I can see you. I can see you. Stay there. Stay there. Hello.
You got me on camera.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You've been planning this, haven't you? Wow.
What do you think?
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, give it a pull. Just don't slam it, because there's been an accident.
Oh, hold on.
There you go. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, there's a little gap there. We'll be fine.
What do you think? Take a look.
Wow.
See that table?
Yeah.
That's where you're sleeping tonight.
I'm absolutely loving it.
Are you excited yet?
Very.
The first leg of the route will take them from West London to Salisbury, where Paul has arranged to meet stage and screen actor Bill Ward, who is appearing in a play at the Salisbury Playhouse.
Part of the reason for inviting Bill is that he had a really successful career as something else before he went into acting. And I know a little bit about his past, having spoken to him about stuff in the past, so I'll be asking him questions about that. And Bill's got a very clear idea of what he's selling and has worked very successfully for a number of years, selling himself really, really well.
Bill is probably best known for the characters he played in Coronation Street and Emmerdale, but also has an extensive list of West End theatre credits, as well as other popular TV shows, films and animation to his name. Today, he's taken some time out to come aboard the motorhome and chat to Paul about his journey into the industry.
Can you remember the time when you decided you wanted to be an actor?
God, yeah, early. When I was about 9 or 10, we did a play in Latin.
Okay, we don't need any more. That's fine.
I remember I have to say, I can't remember, it's something about Romans go home or something, whilst wearing some kind of cape outside a swimming pool, in sort of some kind of summer thing. But I really loved it. And I was part of like a big kind of, there was just loads of us, speaking stuff that we didn't understand. What was interesting about that, I guess, it was because we had no idea what we were saying. But I liked the feeling of it.
Go on, what?
For me, this has always been about self-expression. Always about self-expression.
Your experience, having been successful in one industry and understanding the value of marketing something really, really well, has it had any crossover?
It's such a difficult question to answer because there are so many facets of it. The first thing, I suppose, is having some idea of who you are when you come out of drama school. Knowing what your, in advertising terms, knowing what your USP is, your unique selling proposition. Because, as we all know, the acting business is oversupplied, and so from an acting point of view, there are two things that you need to do. The first thing is to differentiate yourself The second thing is to raise awareness of who you are. And so for me, in terms of raising awareness, what I did was write a lot of letters.
And you're still doing that now?
Yes. So
Can I ask,
yeah.
without it sounding like I'm being cynical, why?
For lots of reasons, actually. For me, and in particular, 3 years ago, I came off a series of tours, and I also did 3 and a bit years on Emmerdale, 330 episodes. And I suddenly realised that I'd landed back in the industry without having seen a casting director for 5 years. And then all of a sudden you sort of you land and you suddenly realise there's a new generation of casting directors.
That's the thing, yeah.
Yeah.
New generation. Yeah.
Yeah, who don't know what you do, and all of those things. So I went back to first principles for me, which is an advertising campaign essentially, which is get a product. So for me, it was it's me. Is my product, and a lot of people will talk about building a brand, and that's true. Firstly, if you're going to build a brand, you need to know what your product is, and that's what you would do as an ad man. You would go back to what is the product here, who are you, and from an acting point of view, who are you, and what is it that you do, and it is that forms the basis of your brand. I mean, my strong suit really is drama, and always has been, and straight drama, and I love straight drama. But I also love all of the other disciplines. I've done, as you say, a fair few musicals. One of the first jobs that I did was I started as an actor musician. And that was back to sort of working out what your USP is. Coming out of drama school, I realised there was a big demand for actor musicians. I play in a couple of jazz bands. I play a lot of jazz clarinet, and you kind of go, there is a demand here for actor musos, and so 3 out of the first 5 jobs that I did were actor muso jobs, and that got me in the foot in the door to be taken seriously as an actor, and then you sort of start to segue through into sort of straighter stuff that you're probably better suited to, but is not the way. Because when I came out of drama school, I was 33. And you're up against people with a 10-year CV who've got, and so you've got to have something else. You've got to find another way of getting the opportunities, because otherwise, so I did a lot of fringe coming out of drama school. I did a lot of unpaid work, and I was lucky because I had a sort of profession which I did as an ad man, sort of the other days during the week to pay for it. So
takes the edge off.
Yeah. So and that would be great advice for anyone
absolutely
starting, is to have another way of earning money.
Yeah.
Have it, particularly now. And
talking of writing,
Yeah.
600 letters. You come out of drama school.
Yeah.
How many replies?
I would say 20 to 30. So if you kind of go, that's sort of 1 in 20. As a hit rate is not particularly spectacular, but it's 20 or 30 more responses than I'd have got by doing absolutely nothing.
Absolutely.
And what was really interesting about that, from an advertising point of view for me, is we used to talk a lot about, in the advertising business, and this is desperate jargon, but opportunities to see. And people don't do stuff the first time you tell them about something. They need multiple visits to, they need multiple looks at who you are and what you do as a product. So if you're running a television commercial, you need to show it multiple times before people will do anything, before it will be sort of top of mind enough. And a lot of what you're doing as an actor is trying to get top of mind, trying to get to the front of people's minds and stay there. And writing a lot of letters, or being active on social media, or writing a lot of emails is a way of doing that, being top of mind. Actors are really hard on themselves, and we beat ourselves up the whole time when we don't get work. But all you can do is the best that you can do, and then after that, everything else is out of your control. Yeah. And if you just take that into an audition, just do the best you can do, and then after that, whether you get the job or not is not really in your gift. Then you just kind of keep doing your best, and then park the rest of it, and move on.
So, one of your 2 little ones turns around and goes, "Dad, I want to be an actor."
No!
It's really good to see you. How's Salisbury?
Oh, great! Yeah, we got here
Did you-
yesterday. Yeah.
And you're opening tonight?
No, we opened last night.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. How was it?
Yeah, great. Loved it. Yeah, it's
I do
great.
like
We're-
Salisbury, actually. It's good.
Yeah, it's a proper playhouse, and we're doing the Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
And it's a proper play.
Yeah, a proper play and a proper playhouse.
Yeah. We're trying to do a good job here. I have no responsibility for what comes out of this boy's mouth.
Okay, great. Alex, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to look round at you, or?
Oh, well,
Give me the camera, Alex.
Oh.
Alex,
yes.
tell him why you're here.
Okay, well, I'm here because I'm being held hostage and...
It's absolutely true. Go on.
Okay.
yeah, well, imagine that he came over to Coventry, to where I live, and he held my family at gunpoint.
Okay.
And so that leads me to my very, very, very important question. So, how does it feel to have your own show, The Bill?
Which doesn't exist anymore, sadly. Not as good as it did. Yeah, pretty dreadful.
Can I just say, I did my research on you. I saw that, The Bill. I thought, oh my God, I have to ask that question.
I did it a couple of times, but that's it. It's an interesting point, actually, The Bill, because The Bill was one of the big employers for actors in this country, and one of the interesting things that's happened to the television business over the last 10 years, I suppose, is that you get far less sort of filler television and far more appointment to view television. So, and one of the consequences for actors in that kind of a way is that the number of kind of jobs which volume hirers for actors have gone down. So the kinds of shows that would used to have a lot of people coming through, the daytime soaps in particular, The Bill, those kind of Holby, those kind of shows are gradually bit by bit disappearing, and what they're being replaced with is appointment to view television on a worldwide scale of a extraordinarily high standard. Now, in terms of televisual product, that's brilliant news, because the standard of television is going up and up and up and up and up. From an acting point of view, though, and from an acting point of view, that's also very good news, because if you can get in one of those shows, it's brilliant, because the production values are sky high, worldwide products, and your profile will be beamed all the way around the world. The flip side of that is you're up against the best people, not just in the country, but in the world. And so in terms of hiring for actors, the volume hirers in terms of local television in the UK, and by local I mean UK specific, shows like The Bill, they increasingly sort of have dwindled and don't exist anymore. So from starting out as an actor, sort of starting out, a lot of the shows that you used to do a lot of, that you would generally get a lot of, I did The Bill twice, they don't so much exist anymore. They still exist.
Doctors
Soaps,
is one that I
still exists.
It's written with a small team of regulars.
Yeah.
But the storylines, they're there to support the visiting artists.
Yeah.
So-
And you
so
get
it's-
great
yeah,
parts,
absolutely.
and the writing is also quite brave on a lot of those shows. The ideas are quite out there and really entertaining, and those are great jobs. And
Great jobs for actors.
Yeah.
Great jobs for writers as well.
Yeah,
Coming through.
And directors too.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
You know, so in that kind of a way.
It's kind of the old rep system, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's your apprenticeship.
Yeah, it is, and there is and there are a number of shows across sort of ITV and BBC where they do look to bring talent through, and specifically look to do that with those shows, and Doctors is definitely one of those.
Brilliant, Bill. Absolute pleasure. God bless you, man.
Delighted,
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you.
Thank
Really
you.
good to
Thank
see
you for inviting me. Yeah.
Now get out.
Interview over, and as Bill heads to the theatre, Paul and Alex head across Salisbury to a campsite where Paul negotiates his first camping pitch.
Try that now, Al.
With the gas and electricity all hooked up, they are ready for their first meal together on the road.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
That is the sound of food. I think I just killed the food. Oh! Yeah, we got it. Cool.
It's alive.
I think it's time for a cup of tea, don't you?
Pretty much.